There are people who have never really learned how to be looked after. They learned something else. Instead, they learned to read a room before they had finished walking into it, to sense the sadness behind the smile, the hesitation behind the confidence, the loneliness hiding inside a crowded room. They became fluent in other people's needs, sometimes before those people were fluent in them themselves. Their heart moves naturally towards others, to comfort, to encourage, to help, to give, and the world called them kind, generous, selfless, and perhaps they truly are. But underneath that giving, underneath the checking in, the dropping everything, the being there at every hour for every person, there is sometimes a quieter movement. So quiet, it almost never gets named. If I make myself indispensable, if I become the one who always shows up, always gives, always puts everyone first, perhaps I will never be left. There is a quiet hope. If I am always there for them, perhaps they will never leave me. This is not a flaw. It is one of the most human responses to the fear of abandonment that exists. The child who discovered that being needed felt safer than being loved, because love could be withdrawn but kept people close. And so a habit formed quietly, gently, in the most beautiful disguise a fear has ever worn. Every time you ignored your own heart, every time you believed someone else's happiness mattered more than your own, every time you said, I am fine, when you are not, the pathway deepened. Like water flowing through the same valley, it became easier to abandon yourself than to risk asking for what you needed. Until one day, caring for others felt like breathing, effortless and automatic, natural. And being cared for felt like a debt immediately needed to be repaid. A compliment arrives, something tightens. A gift is offered, the mind begins calculating what is owed. Someone tries to look after you, and something inside already wants to give something back, to earn it, to deserve it, to make sure the account stays balanced. But love is not a transaction. It is not something to be repaid. Look at the sun. It shines not because the flowers have earned it. Look at the rain. The rain falls not because the earth asked politely. Existence gives without keeping an account. Who is it that believes love must be earned? Who is aware of that belief? The giving is seen. The fear behind the giving is seen. The longing to be simply loved for existing, that too is seen. Can that which sees all of this ever be unloved? Perhaps the most radical act available to you is not giving more. It is learning to receive, to let someone care for you without immediately balancing the ledger. Can you rest without feeling that you must first be useful? to include yourself finally, gently, without guilt, inside your own heart.